Welcome everyone. My name is Jeff Hughes. I'll be your presenter today. I'm with Tigerpaw Software, and I'm excited today to talk to you about our new release of Tigerpaw Mobile. If you've never experienced a Tigerpaw product, I think you'll find this very enlightening today. Tigerpaw Mobile just released, and in this new release of the latest version, we've added more functionality. We've changed the interface to a more updated, user-friendly interface. But what Tigerpaw Mobile is designed to do is to allow a sales rep to manage their accounts and contacts, also schedule their tasks and appointments, create and update their sales opportunities. For the service technician, they can complete service orders, capture time, whether that time is travel time to and from the site or on-site time, capture the customer's signature on the service orders at completion of the job. Now, in this process, we're feeding a main core product. So Tigerpaw Mobile is the mobile piece. We have apps for the Android device and for the iOS, the Apple iPhone. The idea here is that from that mobile device, you can update your sales-related functionality and your service ticketing all from the field. Now, the Tigerpaw Business Suite is the core product that's going to be accepting the detail that we're feeding from mobile. So if you have targeted marketing campaigns you put your customers on, if you sell products and services to your customers, if you install those products and services, manage inventory, whether that be just-in-time inventory to fulfill the installation, or whether you track inventory in multiple warehouses, technicians' vehicles can be a warehouse. If you provide service to your customers for those services you provide, if you create service tickets, and if you'd like to update accounting with accounts receivable, general ledger information, Tigerpaw is your clear choice. Now, in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the core product in Tigerpaw looks like. This is what we call the account view. This is pretty much where everything's going to revolve around. So if you're quoting things to your clients, you can generate a quote. You can discount the quote. You can see where the quote is in your process, what's your material cost, labor cost, your total cost, your profit, and where you're sitting at the margin on this particular quote. You can see if your needed hours match your quoted. Are you quoting enough labor to satisfy the material? That quote can then turn into one or more install tickets or possibly a multi-phase project. For project, we keep track of all the quotes, any now install orders by phase, all of your tasks, managing your resources, get people on the calendar, keeping track of who's scheduled for what at what particular time. When they're doing the work against the project, we're capturing their time entries. These are called time logs. We'll see these in the mobile in just a moment. All your purchasing, whether you purchase orders for the project or whether you create purchase orders for stock, Tigerpaw supports both. Here we have 2 POs for this particular project, and here's a list of everything ordered across all the POs on this project that we're still waiting. So we're still waiting on a few of these components. Also going to help you with the profit and the budget. There's the total sell price of this project. There's the customer's approved budget. And here's the internal warning threshold we set to be notified when this project is $1,800 completed. That's called workflows to notify individuals when things have taken place within the system, such as, in this case, we've reached $1,800 completion. Workflow will notify the individuals by sending them emails, pop-ups on their screen, or both, that this project's at that level. You may invoice at the project level again, creating any number of invoices, whether you do invoices by partial invoicing, by selecting items to invoice, progressive invoicing, which allows you to invoice by percentages, or maybe you do one invoice for the entire project. There are reports attached directly to the project itself. You've got timeline reports, project outlines, and here is your work in progress job costing report. So the project allows that project manager to manage resources, get the products ordered with the purchase orders, track the installation of those products with the individual service orders, invoice for the project to bring the revenue in the door, and send the transactions over to your accounting software to update accounts receivable general ledger. Now, a lot of this detail on the project is coming from service orders, which are install orders that typically get dispatched from a dispatch board. Here's the dispatch board. Now, I'm logged in as Charles Summit. These are the things that Charles has on his calendar for today. He's got 3 things on his agenda. Now let's bring mobile into the view. This is my phone. This happens to be an iPhone. It looks the same if you're doing this on an Android device. And what you're seeing here is the agenda view. Now remember, Charles has 3 things on his calendar. This is what it looks like on the agenda. There are the 3 things that have been assigned to Charles Summit. Now if I go into the service order number 1313 here, if I tap into that, here's the detail. Here's the address I'm going to, customer's phone number, email address. Now these are hyperlinked. I'll tap into this address. Now I have a map on how to get to the site. In this case, I've got a couple of different addresses that are close, but there's a map so that I know exactly where I'm going to get to the customer site. I don't have to call somebody or call the customer for directions. Back on my agenda, I have access to my customer service history, all usernames and passwords associated with that customer's equipment. I can open up the phone camera and take a before and after picture, which will link those pictures as a linked document to this service order. If I tap into Update, I now have all the detail on my service ticket. There's the brief description. There's my work requested, work performed, internal comments. Now these are text fields. I can tap into any one of these details if I'd like to make an entry. I either have the option to type in the entry, or if my phone supports dictation, I can speak into the microphone on my phone and it will convert it to text for me. There's a time entry for travel. There's an expenses. I can add expenses. Here's my parts and labor. Here's the parts I'm to install in this job. I can add more parts to this. So this lets me update the detail on the ticket. So let's back up just a moment. Let's go back here now. We're starting out to the customer site. I just tap Start. This is opening a time entry recording my travel time. Now this timer will run up until the time I get to my customer site unless I pause it and restart it. Once I get to the customer site, I just tap Start. This gives me an option now to record my mileage. If you do record mileage, this is where I can make a mileage entry. This makes it as an expense entry on that service ticket, but not only does it capture that expense, it stopped my travel time going to that customer site and started my on-site time entry, keeping track of on-site time while I'm at that customer site. Now I can pause this, I can stop it, or I can also delete this. From here then I would go into Update, and I would update the ticket by entering in what was done in the work performed, maybe add more parts to this. I basically can do anything I need to do from my phone to capture all the detail, and when I'm done, I tap on the pen, and I can capture the customer's signature on my phone before I leave that site. So for the technician, the idea here is to make it very simple, very easy for them to capture their travel time going to and from the customer site, their on-site time, update the service ticket with any detail to complete the order, add any all parts, maybe upload a picture if it's pertinent to this, maybe a before and after picture, capture a signature, and move on to the next. But mobile isn't just for your service technicians only. It's also for your sales professionals. Here's the menu. I can also manage, actually from a real nice view here is the dashboard view. The dashboard gives you an overall view of what you have assigned to you. There's all my open tasks. I've got quite a few overdue tasks. My sales, my month-to-date totals, my quota if I do have one, my sales opportunities, what I have this month, what I've got projected for next month. Right now I've got 118 active sales opportunities. If I tap into this, here are my opportunities that I can manage right from this view. If I scroll down a little bit more, I can also see my service hours, my service tickets, my open orders, so I can actually navigate to my opportunities from here, or if I choose, I can come back over here to the menu and go right into my opportunities from here. Here's what an opportunity looks like in mobile. Here's an opportunity for this account. I can look at the detail. I can go into the opportunity and I can update it. Maybe I'm going to update it to another stage. Maybe its probability of close is going to be higher than 50% now. I can change the expected dollar amount. I can create new opportunities. I can update my existing opportunities. So as a sales professional, I have the option from this view to come in, manage my customers. I can add new contacts, new accounts. I can add journal notes into my customer. There's a journal note entry. I can make a new entry here by tapping into the journal note right here. I can add notes. I can schedule another follow-up task that allows me to tap right here, and my next follow-up with this customer, I can put in the task, what's the subject, my comment, location, what account. It defaults to the account I was on. Who's the contact? This shows me my contacts at this particular account. I can enter that, basically letting me manage my entire process from my contacts, my accounts, manage my opportunities. As a service tech, I can manage my service orders, update my time entries, upload pictures, and capture a signature before I leave. So mobile now not only serves your service technicians by capturing their time, their detail, and their service tickets, it also is for your sales professionals to allow those individuals now to update their accounts, their contacts, and all their sales opportunities, all from the field, all with this application on their phone. As I mentioned earlier, we have apps for the iOS, which you're seeing on mine is an Apple in this presentation. There's also an app for the Android device. They look virtually the same. There's really no difference in the way they display. So end of day, when all is said and done, what you end up with now with a Tigerpaw solution is a 360-degree view of everything you've done with a particular client. Here is a customer record in Tigerpaw. You can do document linking with this account, whether the documents are linked to the account record or possibly a picture linked to a service order. You have all their sales-related information. There's every sales opportunity you've done with this client. These opportunities can be managed from their phone. This is what the opportunity looks like in the desktop. This is really the entire sales story. Where'd the lead come from? Who's working the lead? Where is the lead in your defined process? What's your probability of close and your probability of close date and the expected dollar amount you could recognize if this closes with success, all managed from the mobile. Any quotes, all within the application. Anytime you sell something to a customer, it gets added to their asset records. Here's an item that belongs to a customer. It's got a warranty expiration date. You can be notified prior to that date. How was it purchased? The date they bought it from you, the vendor you bought it from, and the date you bought it from the vendor, and there's its service history. I can see that service history from the mobile. So you basically have in a Tigerpaw solution a 360-degree view of everything you've done with a client, whether it's sales-related, whether it's installation, purchasing, service-related, managed services and agreements, contracts, recurring billing, managing your inventory, whether it's just-in-time inventory or you're capturing inventory in multiple locations, such as a technician's vehicle, and sending transactions over to accounting to keep your accounts receivable and your general ledger all in tune with the process. So when you talk about a Tigerpaw presentation or a Tigerpaw solution within your organization, you're talking about really managing it end to end, and the new mobile allows your service technicians to update their tickets, sales reps to manage their sales processes, all in one application, which feeds your accounting software to keep accounts receivable and your general ledger all in tune. For more information on anything that you've seen here today, visit our website at www.tigerpaw.com. Also, if you'd like to speak with a Tigerpaw representative, send an email to sales@tigerpawsoftware.com or call our 800 number at 800-704-9009. Thank you for attending this webinar. I hope this was helpful, and give us a call if you have more questions on anything you've seen here today.